Well, the start of episode 3 is gonna be pretty fun because as this is going on, I go AFK only to come back and find out that there's a sandstorm, and I'm already low health, so yeah, that actually caught me off guard. I could hear my character dying from the other room. I come back and yeah, it was too late, and there's nowhere to really hide. Luckily, my spawn point is not too far, so I just kind of let it take me, and I just, drop there. I spawn, and the sandstorm is still going. I head back to my body and pick up my stuff. I do get a little bit closer to the spawn point where I die again. I do try to also go under the rocks to see if I can find any kind of shelter. Nah, I just have to wait it out. I think I died a total of 3 times before the sandstorm finally passed. So yeah, that was kind of fun. Now, unfortunately, for whatever reason, OBS just stopped recording, so I didn't get this next part. But essentially, I went up into a Dafari camp that was just above where I was when the sandstorm hit, and they had a prisoner. I freed the prisoner, and he's gonna be my first thrall. I name him Dave the Barbarian. Shout out to anyone who knows where that's from. Now, I do go to these ostriches just outside the camp where I rescued him, and I do take them on just to kind of level up Dave a little bit. He is very low health, so he's not going to be a good long-term helper, but for now, I mean, he's definitely better than nothing. I can give him the heaviest items that I have to help ease up some of the encumbrance that I'm accruing, and this freaking little baby ostrich, like, oh my god, are you guys seeing this right now? I spend like a good solid minute or two trying to chop it, and every time I go to chop it, it turns at the last second and I miss it. I mean, this is actually frustrating me. I keep trying to kill this little baby chicken and just nothing is working. At some point, I do give up trying to chop it and I just slash it and kill it because it was just getting ridiculous with how it was able to dodge me the entire time. It knew, man, it knew. Anyway, I take Dave all the way back home and I let him check out the camp only for him to sleep in my bed. I mean, what the heck, Dave? I put down a bed for him later on and I make it so he can't sleep in my bed because no, I'm not gonna take that. Now it's time to go around the city once again to do some chest runs. Don't worry, I'm gonna edit through it real quick because we've already seen it. But now it was time for one of my favorite things in the game. So if you're familiar with the various ruins and Easter eggs of Conan Exiles, you'll know this one. I'm gonna just let it play out for you for anyone who's not seen it before.
Hello?
Hey!
Is somebody out there? I hear someone out there.
Oh, help!
Hey, get us out of here!
Help!
Listen. We're on the other side of the door. We're kind of in a pickle. Could use your help. Think there's some levers out there? A good chance one of them will open the door and we'll be... Could you pull a lever, please? Please, pick a lever. Really poison, Simon. It's like they were just somebody allergic. I'm not It's very dangerous. Pick another. Yes! No! Simon! Oh, okay. He's eating. All right. Well, at least he's full now. The tiger's full. So no more levers? No, not even one? Okay. There's me and a full tiger. I'll be good, though. I'm good. I appreciate the help. Oh, God. Yeah. Have a good day, though. Okay?
I mean, even as I'm editing this, it's still really funny to watch. Though now it was time to go to the Den. Now the Den is the main base of operations for the Dogs of the Desert, which is one of the factions of Conan Exiles. Now their armor is, I would say, equivalent to the Iron Tier. Definitely a lot better than what I'm wearing, but they are still kind of strong, so I do have to watch myself. I did also set up a spawn point by the friendly were hyena nearby, so that's just in case I do fail. Now I also try to climb this scaffolding, I know there's some chests up there, but I fail spectacularly. Again, I'm not going to go deep inside of the den because the enemies are a little bit too strong and there's too many of them for me to take on as I am. So instead I head to one of the nearby Dogs of the Desert villages. There's several of them scattered all throughout the savannah area close to the den, and these are going to be much more manageable. My goal here is to kill as many of them as I can in order to get their armor. They are a little bit of a rare drop, so it might take me a few kills, but the hyena armor that they wear is much better than this cloth I'm wearing. I do want to keep the hood as long as possible because it's just really cool looking, but the pants, the bracers, and the really cool necklace has got to go. Eventually I do start to find some of the pieces like these boots here, and they are a definite upgrade. For now, I'm going to be keeping the light boots on my person. I'm not going to get rid of them just yet because they do lower my encumbrance, so if I ever am out in the middle of the, wilds and I can't really walk because I have too much stuff on me that I can't afford to get rid of, then I can hop on the new boots and I'll be able to walk again. So it's going to be something that I keep, at least for now, until I find a bearer thrall or someone who can carry everything for me. That's going to be one of the biggest things. I need a bearer thrall or some sort of pet, since pets by default have way more storage or inventory than regular thralls, but that's going to be almost impossible for me. The only thing I can think of in order to obtain a pet without building a stable is by sacrificing hearts of the heroes to the gorilla god statue, I forgot what it's called, Haruman or something like that, and getting a gorilla pet or a yeti pet, but that's gonna be sometime later. Now, I do find another cage with an additional thrall. I unload him, and it turns out he's a tier 3 blacksmith, so he's not a fighter, but he can fight if I ask him to. I put on what armor I can spare so he has something, and I take him out to level him up. I then name him John. Now, while you watch me level up John nearby, I want to make a comment real quick. So, I know that they updated a lot of the armor with the Unreal Engine update, but I've noticed that the hyena armor doesn't have the stripes, or at least they're not as visible as they used to be in the older version of the game. I remember I actually used to take the hyena armor and dye it white so it would kind of look like saber-toothed tiger, armor, and you can kind of see it there as I'm fighting that there are some stripes, but they're not as visible to me. I don't know if it's just me or if it's the new improved armor, but yeah, I wish the stripes were a little bit more visible. That's just my only complaint so far. I do love the hyena armor. It is one of my favorite sets in the game, next to the Vanir armor. I used to use it all of the time in roleplay. But yeah, I take John out and we train up against some hyenas and some other dogs of the desert. He does at one point go down, so I have to pick him back up, and it was kind of scary seeing that, but it's okay. With this new system, you can actually let your followers go down and you can pick them back up. They will only permanently die if they drop 3 times in a 15-minute window. If you let the 15 minutes go up, then the debuff on them will go away and you can keep them, forever basically. I do like this system a lot more because now I'm not as scared at losing thralls as I used to be, and it gives me time to actually train them before they just drop dead. But yeah, you can see him, he dropped down twice there. I do pick him back up, and it got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna risk the 3rd time and having him go down. Luckily, there was only one guy left, so I said, okay, we'll go finish him. We take on the last guy of that camp, and then we run all the way back home. But I would say that's a success. I definitely have some much better armor, I have a better follower now, and it is time to take on the first dungeon that I need for this challenge. So I'll see you in the next episode.